Hi, I'm a children's book author and owner of Blooming Acres Publishing. I'm going to walk you through 4 different printing formats and the pros and cons of each. So let's start with the best option for quality and profit margin. Really, the only way to do that is to do offset printing. So you can see this is my first book. It's called A Bad Day Fishing. It's hardcover. This is 8.5 by 8.5. I think this is a really friendly size if you're going to do a read. It's small enough that you can hold it with just your hands. It's not awkward if a child's sitting on your lap. The thing about this is it's mass produced, which means I had to commit to a large order, at least 500, usually 1,000 copies or more. So it's a higher cost up front, but also a higher quality. When you do offset printing, you can do things like these beautiful end pages, that spot gloss that you see on the front. It does take longer to produce and longer to ship, but then once you have them, the cost could be even below $2. And if you sell it for $15, you have more than $10 with your profit margin. So this is an offset print. This is the book that I personally sell at all in-person events and any personal relationships that I have with stores. So this is my go-to. A second option is Amazon KDP. So the nice thing about Amazon KDP is there's no overhead. KDP is their Kindle Direct Publishing, and it's POD, print on demand. So they literally print this only after someone buys it. So there's no storage, and you don't have to handle anything. One downfall is it has to be paperback. Also, there's some like weird blank pages at the end. Obviously no end pages, and I've heard mixed reviews about consistent quality. I have heard a couple stories, although I've never experienced it myself, of wrong pages being printed within someone's book. But again, a benefit of Amazon KDP is that Amazon handles the printing and shipping. So once you've paid the cost of the illustrations and the formatting, it's just kind of extra. You kind of set it and forget it. Similar to that is Ingram Spark. So Ingram Spark is the print on demand arm of Ingram. One benefit to that is this is a way that you can get hardcover copies of your picture book printed without having to do a mass order. You can print even one copy, but it's kind of expensive, close to $10. You don't have those pretty end pages like you can have with offset printing. So this is when you open an Ingram Spark copy, and this is when you open a print, an offset print copy. The ink saturation isn't as vibrant. The paper, literally the paper is a little bit thinner, and it's just a lower quality. But again, if you just need a couple hardcover copies, this would be a good option. Also, if you choose distribution, this is the copy that would be available if someone ordered it through Barnes & Noble or Target. So if you see small independent authors say that their book is available wherever books are sold, it's usually through a program like Ingram Spark. And then this is the biggest surprise. This is the board book, okay? So this, I took out a couple extra pages, like a map, a fun map that I had, the copyright page, so it's shorter. And I made this because when I first wrote this story, A Bad Day Fishing, my son was the age where we were reading board books. And so I just couldn't imagine having a paper book that he could tear. And so in my mind was like stuck on having this as a board book. So I was insistent to get this made into a board book. That's only possible through offset printing. So I did have to order a large number of these books. The thing is this book cost more to produce, even though it's fewer pages than this offset version. And as a consumer, consumers expect to buy this for less. They expect to buy this for less than $10 and this for usually less than $15. So your profit margin is less with a board book. I'm so glad that I did it because I feel like I needed to get that off my chest and just like get it done, say that I did it. But once these copies are sold, I won't be reprinting the board book version of this. It can also get it more expensive to ship as it weighs more. But the biggest thing is the profit margin is less, and I don't see a higher demand for the board book versus the hardcover. So you might as well just do the hardcover, at least in my opinion. So again, 4 different formats for exactly the same book. This one's Ingram Spark, this one's Amazon KDP, this one is offset printing, and this one is offset printing board.